Coming up, number 7, fantastic fragrance. I've had it in my full list for the ladies. This one is absolutely incredible. This is a hybrid. It is one that I think definitely underrated. A lot more people should be talking about this. We're coming out of the cool weather, but definitely I think for date nights, for laying around the house, if you're still sitting in, still can utilize this thing. Absolutely incredible. Espresso Delight. This is a hybrid of Raza's Sweetie Oud and Montal's Intense Cafe. So you have that coffee note, got that sweetie type oudi note. It's very, very good. It's warm, it's sexy, it's inviting. It's got this coffee note to it. It's got some rose to it. It's not overly feminine, but I do think it shines for females. I like to wear this as well. Has a touch little bitter coffee, like I mentioned. It's balanced out perfectly. It lasts good in the air. That thing just goes and goes for miles. It's one that I can't stop recommending. I think it's fantastic. Should be up higher on the list, but there's some monsters coming up. So definitely, if you have not smelled it and you like either or of those scents, I think you're going to love this one even more. Espresso Delight. All right, moving again from one delight to another. We had Espresso Delight. Now we have one that's already been in the caramel cherry cheesecake, but this is the OG. Way better. To me, it's simplistic, but it's so deep. This one here, Caramel Delight. This Xerjoff, Casamarati, Lira, whatever, is very, very sexy. Citrus opening, caramel, smooth caramel, and a nice creamy vanilla all put together. Gourmand at its finest. If you like caramel, this is the one. Probably one of the best caramel-based fragrances out there without being overblown with all these other stuff. Like I said, you get some citrus to help pop, then that caramel is the main ride throughout this, and that vanilla adds some creaminess to it, so it's really smooth, almost like you could pour the caramel over your body. So when you spray this, that's what you're gonna smell like. Men, you could pull it off if you wanna be a snack. Women, you're gonna be super sexy in this. Who does not wanna smell their lady, their man, whatever, smelling like caramel? If that's you, this is for you, Caramel Delight. Breaking into the number 5, this is a very, very popular fragrance. It's one that maybe isn't considered a gourmand, but when I tell you like the pieces that you pick up in it, you're definitely going to agree with me that it is. I think it is already, like I said, one of the more popular fragrances in the house. He absolutely destroyed, in my opinion, the OG. I think it's better. The opening is better to me. This one, ZEST. Now, probably no introduction needed. If you haven't seen my review for this, I got a review up. I'll put a card up here. This is based off of Thierry Mugler's Ultra Zest. I know a lot of people like, this is better than the OG, okay? To me, the citrus is more popping. It is more punch you in the face. Depends on what you prefer. So the citrus, you would think like it's not a gourmand, but when it goes towards the dry down, goes to like this bakery cinnamon type of vibe, it's fantastic, the warmth. So it opens up, not super bright like summer vibes, but you get a nice blood orange citrus. You're gonna smell it. It's sweet. It's very, very sweet without being sickly. And then it just kind of transitions with this nice coffee note it's not black coffee, but it's faint. You can smell it. And then that bakery type of dry down as you get there, it warms up. One that you are very, very often going to get compliments on. Men could wear it. Women could wear it. Super seductive. Number 5. ZEST. All right, number 4, we talking about one of the kings of polarizing fragrances. Some people are going to swear by this. Some are going to say it stinks. Okay, I'm in the majority. I try to lead the forefront of this way back in the day when this came out. This is a very good fragrance. It does have oud, so that's going to put some people off. But this one, based off of Raja's Sweetie Oud, the king, Scrumptious. This is gorgeous. It's like a patisserie, those little things on the front, little macaroon looking things. It has this fantastic sweetness to it, powdered sweetness, but not powdered sugar. It is powdery without smelling like baby powder, if you understand what I mean. But it has this bakery type smell to it. It does have oud. I do think especially when you get a fully macerated bottle. If you get it brand new, maybe it hasn't blended perfect. This is one like I would definitely recommend sitting 6 weeks-ish when you get it, or find one fully macerated, beat down to the seat down like this one is, where it's been put on your body quite a bit. The scent cloud that this thing puts in the air and keeps around and sticks, like hangs like a fog when you spray this. So you're definitely going to get compliments from it. I'm just telling you, I said back in the day when I did Candylicious versus Scrumptious, This one ultimately took the win. I do think Candylicious is fantastic, but that one would be a little bit harder for some people. This one, much easier to take. That's what she said, but it's a fantastic fragrance. I think deserves every bit of justice. If you don't smell this and at least give yourself the opportunity to smell it, shame on you. This one, scrumptious. All right, coming up number 3, this one, fairly new fragrance to Dua. I actually had a video planned for it. Unfortunately, the longevity needs a little bit of work. If this lasted a little bit longer, this may be number 2, number 1, I don't know. Probably be number 1, but it made such an impact because when we're going off of sheer, when you think of gourmand, sweet, fun, sexy, like that's what this is. The scent on it is amazing. Like I said, I just wish, like on me, on my skin, I did test it. I wear every single fragrance that I've tested this. I just wished that it had a little bit longer longevity, had a little bit more oomph to it, but it is fantastic. Cotton Candy de Dua. This is Dua Original. Something that he smashed. So the scent to me comes off like a cotton candy bubblegum. It's powdery and it's sweet without being overly synthetic, even though probably everything in here is synthetic. But it's balanced in such a way that it's just, I want to put it in the air because it's only going to last like 6 hours. But it is so sexy. Now, of course, this wouldn't be something that I typically would put on, and the majority of men wouldn't wear. Maybe you will. If you want to smell like cotton candy, go ahead. I am not against shaming anybody. Wear what you love what you wear. But I do think this is geared towards, especially our younger ladies that are watching this, maybe 35 and under. 18, 17, you're definitely going to be able to wear this as well. Or if you're around my age and you're middle age, whatever you want to wear what you love and love what you wear. I'll say it again, but I do think that's kind of what this is geared towards. As we get a little bit older, we get more adventurous, but this one is very simplistic in the fact that it's cotton candy, powdery bubblegum inside of a bottle. Like I said, I wished, and I'm going to say it again, I know it sounds like a downer, but 6 hours is actually pretty reasonable for what this fragrance is. Beats way out the pink sugars and all that stuff that I don't think that this is based off of. This is meant to be its own standalone fragrance, and it is. So it absolutely kills it on that fact, but we're so spoiled in Dua to have 8, 9, 10-hour fragrances that when we get a 6-hour fragrance, we're a little bit spoiled. So this one, fantastic, would be higher, but these two coming up, this one here though, Cotton Candy de Dua. All right, number 2, this one, flown under the radar. You know, I got this, I did a live, I think, with this, and I was impressed with it, but I was just going through sniffing all the bottles, going through what God bless. And I smelled it, put it on the wrist, side by side, number 1 and number 2. And I was like, just kept going back and back and back. And especially because this thing does last, okay? It's another Dua original. I think Dana Lemon, this might be one of her favorites. This one, Your Wish, it's my command. Where Cotton Candy de Dua was strictly cotton candy, this one, sweet vanilla mixed with a gorgeous cotton candy. Again, it's not synthetic. It doesn't come off smelling like cheap alcohol garbage. Blended exquisitely. This one outshines Cotton Candy de Dua. Now, if you want a simplistic, go for the cotton candy, but this one adds that dynamic. This would be like a niche version of that, even though Cotton Candy de Dua kind of is a niche in itself, but this one, a little step above. This one will sit on your skin, fantastic and beautiful. I just think it's an incredible fragrance that I don't know how I didn't discuss this. I'm disgusted in myself, absolutely. But one that I think you should get your nose on, ladies especially. Your wish is my command. All right, the number 1 fragrance, this one, super sexy. Maybe one of my more favorites for the ladies. I do think My Lady might be my favorite in the house of Dua. I don't think that one beats this one as far as gourmand status, even though that one is super sexy. This one, even looking at the bottle, I have an older bottle too. This bottle, absolutely super sexy. It's fantastic fragrance. Beauteous delight. Just looking at the lips, you want to kiss them, okay? But this, it just does something to me. I don't know what it is, why this is so sexy to me. This is based off of Dior's Fève Délicieuse, and it's delicious. I've said this numerous times. I've mentioned it in plenty of videos, how enamored I am with this fragrance, and I think if women wear this, I'm like, I'm gone. You got me? Just drag me. Take my wallet, car keys, whatever you want. Take it with you. I think It is done extremely well. I like to wear this, and I actually mix this with drowning vanilla, kind of make my own layer, which steps it up a little bit. And I'm not even going to get into all of that. I'll do another layering video, but this one, just super sexy. Has this gorgeous lavender mixed with sweet vanilla, but not sickly sweet. Has a fantastic syrupy, caramelly, cherry type of note to it. The vanilla dry down, smooth. Everything is smooth about this. It just does something to me. I keep going back to that. Man. If you haven't smelled this, especially ladies, what are you doing with your life, really? Stop watching this video. Stop it now and go get your sample. If it's in stock, I have no idea. Get you a bottle, try it. You're doing me a favor because it's fantastic. You're gonna help populate the world with this thing. But it's my #1 fragrance for Gourmands. I just think it's fantastic. And that's why it's #1. Beauteous delight. That's it. The massive list is done. I'm sorry it's a little bit longer, but there's too many to choose from. Hopefully this can help you. Some you smelled, maybe some you haven't. Help you kind of get in the direction where you want to go. You might not know yourself yet, so sample around. If you want to, duasamples.com for samples and put in the code Gourmand. Save yourself 20% off. We'll do that for this video, maybe so it can help you sample. If not, go to the website. These are all going to be fantastic, exquisite fragrances. And if not, go over to the Dua brand on Facebook, trade them, swap them, sell them. But I think most of these are going to be keepers in your collection. That's why they're in my collection and why I spoke about them. But till I come to you again, as always, I love you. Continue to be blessed. Stay fresh.
We got shorties on the floor. We got niggas by the bar. We got